Today I am going to apply for funding for the Luton Community Ballet, and before the financial struggles of the COVID-19 crisis, we had a studio. I was earning more, and even if there was only a couple of people turning up, at least the money they paid would cover the studio hire. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I want to make this work. I don't know if we're going to get it. We have tough competition. 13 other parties are there, and they're all asking for funding. And in my head, if I'm up against anything that concerns children or disabled people, then I have no chance of winning this, and that's okay. But I'm going to have to try. Seriously, going to have to try. It's important to me to take this step and show my dancers that I am invested in this and that I do want to make this work. I am quite nervous now, and it's going to start in 5 minutes, so I better log in.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
What comes to mind when you think about ballet? Do you think of the music married with the emotion through the movements of the body? Well, as an ex-ballet dancer myself, coming from Germany, I find ballet mesmerizing, and I couldn't imagine life without it. But I also know about the privileged crowd who either dances or watches the beautiful art form of classical ballet, and that even extends to ballet classes for adult amateurs. I don't know how you feel, but when I look at the advertisements for the Royal or Bolshoi Ballet and see the magical scenes and elaborate costumes, I want to be in the theatre and see the performance live. But in reality, most of us are weighing up the costs of the tickets, including the cost of transport, getting to London and so on, and end up being denied the joyful emotions of this spectacle. This formed an idea. I wanted to put on a ballet performance with people that never had the chance to get involved before. Before I knew it, the Luton Community Ballet was born. When the Luton Community Ballet put on their first performance at the Hightown Community Centre in Luton for £5 a ticket, both dancers and audience fell in love with the classical ballet art. As you can imagine, COVID-19 affected the Luton Community Ballet as it has performing arts. We can no longer afford studio hire. We now take class and rehearse via Zoom. In a studio we had walk-in custom, we could show our community spirit, danced with everyone regardless of their background, age, experience, fitness level, size, gender, whatever. Everybody was welcome. We are determined not to let this stop us. We have fun and a shared connection over what we love. The physical and mental well-being this kind of activity gives us passion, not only in dancing, also in life. Don't take my word for it though. I'd like to take the opportunity to share why the Luton Community Ballet is important to some of our dancers. Marcel, 47. I'm going to speak for you now. Having the opportunity to put a smile on friends, families and strangers' faces when performing is priceless and hopefully inspiring, he says. Helen, 36, says, I have only been doing ballet since January, and in that time I have made some great friends, built up my confidence by doing something I never thought I could do. Casey, 43, says, ballet is usually for the more privileged. The Luton Community Ballet dissolves barriers of class and has enabled me to cross paths with people I may have never met otherwise. Rebecca, 46, says, the Luton Community Ballet is important for my own well-being. It's a time to escape from the stress of real life and dance with people who have become friends to me. Carolyn, 58, says, the Luton Community Ballet has given me a huge confidence boost. I'm learning a new skill at my age, and last year I performed in public, something I thought I'd never do. I've made new friends, and the class has improved my mental and physical health. So it is difficult to find affordable adult ballet classes. Personally, I never quite understood why this should be any different than a five-a-side football training, right? Funding would mean that we can be reborn. We can dance outside of our living rooms again, rehearse together again, and have new people involved again. And we are rehearsing for our Cinderella performance right now, and with a studio, which we don't have now, but if we had, we could get this show on stage and perform for you all again. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for Marcel, Rebecca, Casey and Wanda for supporting today. We just sat through how long was it? An hour and a half? An hour and a half, yeah. An hour and a half of the Luton Community funding meeting, Zoom meeting, that basically is there to represent all of the community projects that are worthy of funding or are applying for funding, shall I say, and I think the voters, like myself, who is the project manager in that case, and my supporters, they are there to vote for each of those projects, so we all get a vote. So we have a list of all the projects, and we wrote down what we think our vote is, because you can vote points, 5 or 3 or 1 for each project. The Luton Community Ballet, funny enough, got 5 points. Yay! How come you turned up today? Because I did not expect you.
I wanted to see the chaos of the voting system.
A little bit chaotic.
And yeah, I just wanted to see what people were offered if I had enough time to get here. Then it would be nice to see what the community is trying to do. So, feeling very community spirited.
But actually, you were here from the very beginning.
Yes,
yeah,
very luckily.
you made it. That is so weird that I can dance in front of people, but I can't talk in front of people. But it was okay. I managed. I got through it. Stumbled over a couple of words, and it got a little weird when the guy was reminding you that you only have 1 minute left. He did that not only to me, he did that obviously to everyone.
I think it was nice. Your presentation was nice, especially because you ended with people actually in the class.
Yeah.
What people are getting out of it, as opposed to what you would say to people what they would get out of it.
It shocked me almost that nobody else did that. No, that's not true.
No,
one guy did actually say that poem of that other guy. That was lovely. I like that. I think if you are presenting a community project that is for the people in the community, I think it was an easy choice to say, well, there's people from the community
Some of
to
these
actually
people
say
have said
something.
this. Yeah.
I guess with ballet, you are going into a different world and become a different character. I guess that's your escape. Speaking of which, I don't have a fairy godmother. Well, I do. At this moment in time, I have to be the fairy godmother because we don't have one. So if anybody wants to learn ballet and is in Luton and wants to be the fairy godmother, big role, but not that hard, seriously. And we only found out today. Now here's the clincher, and I didn't know this until today when we were in this meeting, that actually everybody is eligible to some sort of funding here. Depending on the voting system, you get more or less money. So it's not a case of out of these 15, only one will get funding at the end of it.
No, which
So
is good.
but
Which
that's
is great.
amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I feel a lot more hopeful now, and in terms of
At 75%, that would still be good, and anything. Will
any
still
money would still be. We have to wait until mid-end December, until they are coming back to us with the next stages, steps, whatever it may be. 20th, yeah. And then we will hopefully know a little more, and I can update again on the whole process. We will update you, if Marcel's not here, I will update you on whatever else is happening on the funding front. Fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers and toes. Everybody cross everything. We get some money out of this. We're gonna have a studio. Thank you. What a way to spend your Saturday afternoon, right?